Hi there, I'm Jen.
And I'm Joanne.
And welcome to the June Take and Make Craft Kit. This month we have a patriotic themed craft. We just finished Memorial Day, coming up to Flag Day, coming up to 4th of July, so we wanted to do something red, white, and blue. So Joanne and I are both vaccinated, so that's why we have no masks on, just an aside. So if you picked up a craft kit, you should, we'll let you know what's inside, just so you see each item that's inside. You could also do this project by just getting a few simple materials from a craft store if you didn't get one of the kits. So the craft kit is this, and I'm just going to show you one or two things that are inside first that are extra before we show you the materials. The first thing that we wanted to show you was there is an instruction booklet. So if you're following along with the video and you need a little bit of extra help, Joanne made up this booklet with pictures, list of materials, and step-by-step instructions, and also a nice final product picture. We also included some recipes. We just thought, it was nice to start off barbecue season and summer celebrations with a few nice recipes. It just feels like we need to have those celebrations since we weren't able to last summer. So just a couple of recipes that we really thought would be nice for your summer celebrations. And then last but not least, we have this little card of bookmarks. These are just simple, just cut along the edges, and you've got 4 bookmarks. Okay, so that's what's in those are the little extras that are in each bag. But what you should have for the actual craft in each bag is the following. Okay, you should have about 125 wooden beads in a little baggie. You should also have 3 bundles of yarn, a red, white, and blue. You should also have 5 feet of twine for a little rustic look. 2 little hearts that are red, white, and blue American flag hearts. Those are going to go on the end of the tassel, at the end of the garland. And 1 cardboard template, and you're going to use this to make the tassels. The thing that you're going to need from home are scissors, tape, a ruler, and we said paint or stain optional. This is if you want to stain or paint the beads. I personally like the unfinished look, but if you want to maybe paint them all white before you get started or stain them or whatever, but I really like the unfinished look. It's kind of country rustic-y look.
Little shabby chic.
Yeah. Okay, so we've given you enough supplies to create this patriotic garland that's going to be, at the end, approximately 3 feet in length. And now we did mention that if you wanted to paint or stain the beads, that you do this before you start anything else, and you need to let them dry completely. Like we said, we're going to keep them unfinished, so we're going to get right into it, but if you paint or stain them, you want to give it a day or so that they're dried completely.
Okay, so let's get started. So what I'd like you to remove from your bag is the cardboard template, grab your pair of scissors, and also take out the red, white, and blue yarn that you've been given. The first thing you're going to do is make the tassels. It's the most time-consuming portion of this project. And what I suggest you do is probably make 6 or 8 tassels of each color. I'll show you how to make one of each. The first thing you're going to do is take a random sample of each of the yarns. Well, let's start with the red. We're just going to cut 2 little pieces of yarn off. You're then going to take your cardboard and you're going to wrap it approximately 25 times around this piece of cardboard. You could also use your hand, but seeing that everyone's hand is a different size, tassels may come out smaller or larger. Keep the open ends of the tassel down on the cardboard. Make sure that they're down. Wrap it about 25 times. Okay, you've got one open end here, and you've also have another open end here. Clip. Doesn't make a difference how long, because you've got plenty of yarn. You're going to gently slide this off of the cardboard and hold the loops. Hold the loops. Lay it down flat so all of the loops are in the same direction. Take your first piece of cut yarn in the same color and put it about 1 inch from the top of one of the loops, the top loop, not the bottom loops where the loose ends are, the top. And then you're going to tie it in a square knot. A square knot is right over left, tight, left over right. That's a square knot. Okay, you've got half of this done. You're then going to stick your finger into the open end of the loop. Now your instructions are a little bit different than this because I have I'm giving you an alternative. I'm showing you the fastest way to do this at this point in time. Stick your finger through the loop. Guide the other open end of the spare piece. Even it out and tie another square knot. Right over left and left over right. These are going to be secured to the string once you string your beads. You're then going to take your scissors and you're going to cut through the bottom loops, and there you have a tassel. You'll then even out everything, and that's tassel number 1. You got a lot of tassels to make, so again, I suggest 6 to 8 tassels, dependent upon how many you really want on the final strand of garland, but the more the merrier. Let's do that again, and let me clarify what I was doing. Again, take your white yarn, cut 2 random pieces off. Now when I say wrap 25 times, I don't mean wrapping totally. Just count 25 around the board. 1, 2. Start at the bottom. That'll be number 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Start and make sure you end at the bottom. So 25. We've got them on the board. Clip them. Set it aside. Slide these gently off of the template. Pull the loops at the end and place them down flat on your surface. Take one of the pieces of yarn that you cut previously, bring the top loops over, keep them separated, and you're going to tie it into a square knot. Right over left, left over right. We've secured the top. Stick your finger through the top loops, about 1 inch from the top, and slide the second piece of yarn through all of the loops. Tie another square knot. Right over left, left over right. There's your tassel. Take your scissors, go to the bottom, clip through all of the bottom loops. You've got a tassel. Even them out. And there's tassel number 2. Okay, we'll try it now with the blue yarn. Take your blue yarn, cut 2 random pieces off and set them aside. Take your cardboard, again, open end at the bottom, count to 25, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 at the bottom. Just another tip, leave this kind of loose so you're not pulling it off of the cardboard with any force. You'll be doing this a lot. Clip, set your yarn aside, and pull the yarn off the template. Again, flatten it out on your work surface, loops on the top, take one of the open pieces of yarn, about 1 inch from the top, square knot, right over left, left over right. That's done. Stick your finger through the looped ends, grab another piece of yarn that you set aside, put that on top, and again square knot, right over left, and left over right. Go to the bottom, cut through the other loops, and there's tassel number 3 in blue. Give them a trim. and set it aside. Now you'll keep going.
Okay, so now that you had a little tutorial on how to make each tassel, you're going to go ahead and make several of each color. So we've completed that, and we have about 7 or 8 of each color tassel. Okay, so what we're going to do, don't drop them all over. What we're going to do is we're going to put these aside for now after you've done all the tassel making, and you're going to take the brown twine and the beads, because now we're going to bead the garland. Okay, so the first step you should do before you do any beading is, this end will become frayed after a while, so the best thing to do is kind of twist it and put a little piece of tape on the end, so that it makes it a lot easier to thread the beads. So I'm going to put it on this end, and then I'm going to actually put it on this end too. Just a small piece. And then I'm just going to wrap the tape around it. And like I said, it just makes it a lot easier to thread the beads. I just put the tape a little too far. Okay, so each end has a little tiny piece of tape on it. Okay, so now we're gonna thread all the beads. So I just want to also point out that that tape that you put on, you really need to make it really kind of thin on the roll the twine really thin, because otherwise the tape with the twine is not going to fit through the bead. But just keep kind of twisting it. Okay, so then we're just going to thread all the beads like so.
So Jen did all the hard work and she strung the beads. She did not use all of the beads that were contained in the package. And another reminder is, please leave at least 3 inches on each end of the strand, because you'll secure the red, white, and blue hearts at the end. Stretch out your strand of beads, your garland, and then determine where you want to put the tassels. It could be every 4th or every 6th bead, and it should be obviously in the red, white, and blue, and kind of figure out where you'd like to put them. Just lay them out, see how you'd like to space them. It all depends also on how many tassels you made. So if you made a lot of them, you want pretty close together, but I think that it's nice when they're a little further spaced apart. And just lay out a pattern for yourself before you secure them to the garland. So, yeah. And we'll do one more red at the end here. Again, I left 3 or 4 beads here. Leave the equal amount at the other end. What you're going to do now is you're going to take that open end and you're going to slide it between the 2 beads where you want to secure the tassel. You'll take it, and here comes our trusty square knot again. Right over left, left over right, and that's number 1. We'll save all of the trimming of the ends to later on. This way you know that you'll have to do them. So that was 4 beads there. I'm going to do like 6 beads here. I'm going to slide another tassel in underneath and secure it between the 6th and 7th bead there. Right over left, left over right, and there you have that one. I may go 4 beads again, or 5 beads. It all depends. It depends on where you want it to be. I'm doing 5 beads here. So my pattern right now is 4, 6, 5. It doesn't have to be. It could be random. It could be whatever you'd like it to be. This is your creation. Right over left, left over right, and we'll keep going. So that's the length of my garland. I left 4 beads at one end and 4 beads at the other end. I also kind of adjusted it to make sure that these ends, the open ends, are kind of even. One of the things about this is it's pretty forgiving, so you can move it around according to, size. The next thing you're going to do is snip off all of those excess pieces of thread where you tied them between the beads. Just give them a little haircut, send them out to pasture here. And you're almost done after this. Snip. Okay, so we have all of our tassels secured to our garland. And what you're going to do next is we've given you 2 paper hearts. The paper hearts can be strung at the open ends of the garland by going in one end, out another. And what you can do then is just give it again, my famous square knot at the end, right over left, left over right. Leave a little bit of slack there so you can secure it to either a hook, or if you have some of those suction cup hooks, those are really good. They can be hung up right according to the back. So there's one. Take the other one, the same thing at the other end. String it through. Give a little knot in the back. Leave some slack for a hook. And there you have it. This is our patriotic garland to celebrate, like Jen said previously, Flag Day, 4th of July, barbecues right into Labor Day. You could use this around a tray. You could use this hanging off of a wall.
I'm going to put mine on my mantle.
So there you go, mantle. And it actually came out pretty cute.
Okay.
So there's our garland. Happy summer.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this take and make, and we will be back with a new take and make in September. We're going to take a little summer break, and we'll be back with another great craft in September.